My fellow Ohioans, we have not faced an enemy like we are facing today in 102 years. You have to go back to the 1918 influenza epidemic. We are certainly at war. I don't know any other way to describe this but to say that we are at war. In a time of war, we have to make sacrifices. And I certainly, in the last week or so, have asked the people of Ohio to make many sacrifices. And I thank each and every one of you for all that you are doing every single day, all that you're refraining from doing, how your life has changed. Not something we wanted, but I thank you for doing that, because what you're doing is making a huge, huge difference. I am convinced that we can do this. We can do this. I had someone yesterday say to me, you know, Mike, we can do this. We're strong. We certainly can do this. We're Buckeyes. I would say to that, absolutely correct. We are Ohioans. We are Buckeyes. We're strong. We can get through this. We can do this. All the evidence shows, every piece of evidence that I can lay my hands on, indicates that we are at an absolutely crucial time in this war, and that what we do now will make all the difference in the world. What we do now will slow this invader. It will slow this invader so that our healthcare system, our doctors, our nurses, all the professionals, the hospitals, will have time. We'll have time to treat the casualties. We'll have time to treat those who have come down with COVID-19, and also have time to treat everyone else who might have had a heart attack or might have had a stroke or some other medical problem. Time is of the essence, and we have to buy that time. We have to do it by the strong actions that you all have been taking. We're now at a new stage, continuation of what really has been going on. Dr. Acton, who has done such a phenomenal job, just signed an Ohio Health Director's order. Dr. Acton just signed a stay-at-home order for all Ohioans. Other states have referred to this as shelter in place. We prefer stay at home. Either one, it's pretty much the same thing. And that order will be up online shortly. You'll have the opportunity to look at it. But let me just start by saying that there really is nothing in that order that we have not already been talking about. There's nothing in that order that I have not been asking you to do for the last week or so. This order has really three separate parts. The first part is stay-at-home order. And it allows, this is the copy of the order that Dr. Acton just signed. It is self-explanatory. I think for a government document, it's pretty easy to read. But it does permit exceptions to staying at home. And these are the common sense ones that we have been talking about. Leaving home for essential activities is permitted, for health and safety, for necessary supplies and services, for outdoor activity. Take a walk, walk your dog, go to a park. Although playgrounds, which are particularly susceptible to the spread disease, are closed. Certain types of work, work that's deemed essential, and I'll talk about that in a moment. And the final one, E on page 2, to take care of others. We don't want anyone to misunderstand. You still can take care of your neighbor. You can still take care of your mother, your dad, your child. I'll just read from it. To care for a family member, a friend, or pet in another household, and to transport family members, friends, or pets is allowed by this order. This includes attending weddings and funerals. Again, it's common sense. The second part of the order lists the essential businesses that will be allowed to stay open. And I want to point out that we use the Homeland Security document identifying essential workers. This document has been used, I know, by several other states as well. And I think these are generally the accepted businesses that are essential for us to continue to live. For each, the third part I would like to talk about is that each of the businesses that are allowed to stay open must follow good protocol, good guidelines in regard to health. Let me turn to page 8 and read some of these. Again, nothing new, nothing that we have not been talking about, nothing that Dr. Acton has not been talking about. For purposes of this order, social distancing requirements includes maintaining at least 6-foot social distancing from other individuals, washing hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, and on and on. Required measures, businesses, designate 6-foot distances. Workers should not be any closer than 6 foot, and it talks about that. Hand sanitizer and sanitizing products must be readily available for employees and customers. Number 3, separate operating hours for vulnerable populations, implementing separate operating hours for the elderly and vulnerable customers. Online and remote access, posting online whether a facility is open and how best to reach the facility, and continuous services by phone. And there's many more. But these are just basic, common sense things that we have covered. But the businesses that will be able to remain open will be subject to these specific, what is now an order. This document, these orders can be enforced by the local health departments as well as local law enforcement. The order will go into effect tomorrow night at midnight. So at actually 11:59 p.m. Monday night. It will stay in effect until April 6th. We obviously will reassess that order at that time.